Would you like to have the information that you need right when you need it at your fingertips, with a system that is fairly easy to set up and to maintain? Watch on. My name is Simona. I'm a coach and I'm passionate about time management. Evernote is a tool that is designed to store your information, and it has a big impact on time management. How much time do you spend looking for information, that certificate, that document, the next bill that you forget to pay, so you'll have to spend more time? Evernote is one of the tools that can do that for you. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I use it and through a very quick setup so that you can make an informed decision about whether to try it and maybe even to try the paid version of it. I get no money from Evernote. But especially, I would like you to be thinking and considering and imagining how your life would look if you used it. Stay tuned until the end for 3 questions to ask yourself before you invest time, energy, and maybe money in a tool such as Evernote. First of all, just like anything you may want to purchase, you need to understand what it is that you will be using this for. What are the functions that you're going to need it for? So here's some possible answers, and I've made a list. I'm going to read from it so that I try not to forget anything. So typing notes, storing all kinds of documents, including PDFs and scanned docs, web pages, screenshots, lists, make lists as notes, and then organize this information, share it with someone else. Ooh, there's business cards as well. That's a cool feature. All of the things that I've just mentioned can just go into Evernote, just be thrown in there. You can organize them in notebooks and with tags, but the greatest thing about Evernote is its search capabilities. You can even do the Boolean search if you're one of those ninjas, which I am not. But I tend to be not too organized. I used to have much more notebooks and stacks and just put things into the right place, but a little bit like the folders in your email, at some point you realize that they don't really make sense, because if you do a search, you'll get the information you're looking for. But if you like to use those folders, you can just do that. But the search capabilities of Evernote are great, and it's probably the only one in its segment in terms of tech that not only will search the type notes, it will search the images and the PDFs. So it will search for words inside those things, which is absolutely fantastic. The reason why I talk about mindful productivity in this video is saying that Evernote allows you to do whatever you want in terms of level of the structure and of organization that you want to put into it. If it works for you, just Evernote is likely going to allow you to do that. So let's see a little bit more. So let's take a tour of my Evernote. This is how it's configured right now. This is the home page. You will find a scratch pad, a pin note. This is my the note with all my social media links, which I use very, very often. And you have some suggestions here on the side. You have all notes, shortcuts, notebooks. So on the notebooks, as I said, I have an inbox, and that's where I just put everything, and then I'm going to decide what it is that I want to keep put somewhere. As you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff in here. I'm not that very organized, but that's fine. So I have three main notebooks that I use: non-work, work archives, work resources, The rest is, for example, this coaching for transformation. This is the share folders, and then there's notebooks, but they function like folders, so I tend to call them folders. And then you can stack a series of notebooks into one thing that is called stack, so you find it there. You create a note, and then you decide what you want to do with it. You can leave it in usually it stays in the inbox or in whatever notebook you're in, but you can move it, and then you can just add the tags. As I've mentioned, I'm not using many notebooks, but now I use a lot tags. And for example, what I can do here is I can just write a filter. This is a design your time, my design your time tag. That's going to give me all the posts that, all the notes that relate to design your time. And you see a lot that have the dot posts, and this is stuff for me to post online. So whenever it is that I want to write about design your time and online, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to find all the information here. This is a quote of myself. This is a quote of coaching. These are, for example, some screenshots that I've taken from my phone, and I'll show you later how I use this. So this is really the basics, yeah, I think it's simple enough. So let's move to my web browser. Very quickly, this is the web clipper. So you can see the lovely little elephant here. I found an article in Harvard Business Review I'm interested in. I can click the whole page. I can click the I can clip the article. I can clip the simplified article, which is great if you just want that, or you can even take a screenshot. So I've decided that here I want to put it, let's put it in my inbox, but tag as post because it might be something that I want to post about later on. And this is done. I'm going to find it in Evernote, which I can also do here from my from the web browser. And the same feature is available for phones and tablets, as you can see here, where when you share something to the Evernote app, it allows you to create a note with it, tags, and so it's stored. I use this feature a lot. For example, when I bump into content that I might want to use for social media post, I save it, tag it with the dot post, which is my tag for posting, and when I need to create post for social media, I just have to search for that tab to help all those resources coming up. Finally, there's a powerful PDF reader that allows you to annotate the PDF and have the annotated version with you. At this point, works best with a tablet. Here, what I have is, I have my notes. I can have my first notebook, and here I can use this as my, so I can change the name by going to notebooks. Here I can change the name, so that's going to be inbox. I usually put a dot or some different characters so that I can find it. So I can go all notes and have my first note, and this note is going to be 3 questions to ask yourself before choosing to invest time, resources, and maybe money in Evernote. First question, what am I going to use this for? So as every good buyer, you should have very clearly in mind what it is that this thing is going to do for you, what is actually the function, and then understand whether it is worth it for you or not to set this up and then or eventually purchase it. Second, how is this going to interact with the other resources that I use for planning, storing information, and sharing? one very basic thing. If you're already in Microsoft and you know that you use Outlook to plan everything and all the Microsoft suite, OneNote might be better for you than Evernote, and maybe you're already paying for it. So this is a point to consider. And in my case, for example, how is this going to work? Almost seamlessly with my bullet journal, which is what I share. So I decided what to do on one thing and what to do on the other. And 3, how much time am I going to spend to set this up and maintain it? Any tool that you use or any time management system that you use takes more time to use to plan than it takes for you to actually do the thing. This does not make sense. So this is some food for thought. I hope you are going to use it. Here's my take on Evernote. It's my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. You can do what you want with it. And that's the thing I like the most. I believe it's great for storing information that you want to easily search and keep with you at all times. And it has never let me down. I have experimented in the past and I've used Evernote for to-do lists, for project tracking, but actually I find that this works best for me on that side. And so I left things in Evernote to what I think Evernote is best at. Store information and then allowing you to find it when you want, where you want. So Evernote for me is actually the perfect digital companion to my bullet journal, the analog companion. And with these two, I have pretty much all my needs covered. Main alternatives to Evernote are Microsoft OneNote, which is quite similar, and Notion, which is much more complex and has a different philosophy, which I will explore in later videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share it with someone who might be interested, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here with new videos every week.